Popping the question with an eye-popping ring, nothing says love like a little bling. Well, last year, Americans spent an estimated $30 billion on diamonds. But unless you're an expert, it can be hard to know if the price they're ringing up on that glittering new engagement ring is a fair one. Is there such a thing as a deal when it comes to diamonds? Well, tonight, Dateline uncovers a gem of a secret that could save you some money. Here's Victoria Corderi.
Diamonds are forever.
It's just a polished lump of carbon, but really a diamond is so much more. Often the most precious and meaningful piece of jewelry people buy.
Lisa, will you marry me? Again.
We'll spend thousands of dollars on diamonds. But how can we be sure what we're getting for our money? Especially after hearing perplexing sales pitches like this.
This is a VS1 H color.
The clarity is SI.
It's EGL, SI2.
And because there's more to buying a diamond than meets the eye, some buyers may be in for a rude awakening.
At the time that I purchased the ring, I thought I got a really good deal. But looking back now, it probably wasn't a great deal.
Tonight, a Dateline hidden camera investigation uncovers secrets about how diamonds are evaluated and sold. And it begins with a card or certificate that often comes with diamonds when you buy them. It shows the grade, the quality of the stone, and may also include a dollar appraisal. Diamonds that come this way are commonly referred to as certified.
Oh, it's just certified to be the diamond it says it is in the gold.
Jewelers say it's a reliable way to buy a diamond because the certificates reassure uncertain shoppers about quality and value.
It's the way to go, and like I said, you know what you're paying for.
To understand the information on those certificates, you need to know a little about how experts grade diamonds. It's all about the 4 C's. The carat, that's the size. The cut, which is the depth and proportion of the stone. The better the cut, the more sparkle. Clarity, how many imperfections or flaws the diamond has. And finally, color. The whiter the diamond, the higher the value. The certificates that spell out the 4 C's come from independent labs. Jewelers gladly give them to you when you purchase the diamond. And the certificates often include dollar appraisals.
What do you think?
I think it looks pretty nice.
This sales clerk is pitching a diamond appraised for more than $5,000.
It is certified, and it is appraised for $300.
But is the diamond really worth what the appraisal says?
That really sparkles.
2 Dateline staffers posed as a couple looking for an engagement ring. We bought thousands of dollars worth of diamonds in several places, at New York's Diamond District, retail stores, and on the internet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
At most of the stores, clerks pointed to the appraisal as evidence that we were getting a bargain.
You don't usually pay for what the diamonds is really worth. It's a very good deal.
For instance, we bought this diamond ring at Zales, the largest jewelry chain in the nation.
Oh yeah, wow.
They said the ring was on sale.
So how much is this one?
$39.99.
$4,000. But guess what? The appraisal said the ring was really worth more than $5,000. That would be a bargain. We also looked for a ring at Walmart, the country's largest retailer.
It's pretty.
Isn't that nice?
For a ring with an appraised value of $3,300, we paid just under $2,000.
Low price for a full carat.
You'll pay $3,000 somewhere else for that.
So why would they sell it for so much less than the appraised value? The clerk told us it was because of Walmart's retail clout that we were getting such a great price.
So we have the largest buying power, and that's known.
$2,000.
That might be part of it, but repeatedly we ended up paying substantially less than the appraised values. It appeared we had saved thousands of dollars and had gotten some beautiful stones, particularly this one at Zales in New York City.
You talk about perfect diamond? This is perfect diamond.
This is the perfect diamond.
This stone was small, but we were told it was flawless.
You cannot see anything imperfection in here called internal faults.
We paid $999 for the diamond ring, even though its appraisal said it was worth $1,275. Now we had a cache of diamonds in our possession. In almost every case, we were told we got a great deal. And key were those appraisals. But how do jewelers and gem labs come up with those appraisals? Again, it goes back to the 4 C's of diamond grading. The appraisal is based on how the carat, cut, clarity, and color are judged. Well, we wanted to see just how accurate and reliable diamond grading really is. So we did something no consumer would do. We removed the stones from their settings and sent them to 4 different gemological labs.
0.317.
Would the labs all judge the 4 C's of our diamonds the same way? Or even match the grading certificates we got when we bought the diamonds? We enlisted the aid of Cap Beasley, master gemologist and president of American Gemological Laboratories. He graded the diamonds himself, double-checked that the diamonds we sent out were the diamonds we got back, and he helped us to understand the results. And those results surprised us. Some of the grades varied significantly from lab to lab, and in fact, except in one case, none of the diamonds was graded the same by Cap Beasley and the labs.
I'm not surprised. No, I'm not. Consumers basically believe that these grades are chiseled in stone, when in fact there is a high degree of subjectivity.
Consumers might believe the certificates are 100% reliable, but read the fine print. This report is not a guarantee. Gemstone grading is not considered a science. Results of any examinations performed may differ. We even sent the stones back to the very same labs that supplied the certificates that came with the diamonds when we bought them. And even some of those results varied the second time around. How can that be? Well, it turns out the industry allows for a margin of error when it comes to grading. It's called a tolerance. Most of the variances on our stones were within that tolerance. But remember, appraisals are based on grading, so those variations could really affect the value of a diamond. A grade either way could be $1,000, right?
It could be more than that. Depends on the size of the stone, the quality level. It can be substantial.
And you would never know.
Absolutely not.
Remember that so-called perfect diamond we bought at Zales? When we sent the loose stone back to the lab, it came back with a much lower grade on one of those 4 C's, specifically the clarity.
Totally unacceptable. It would appear to be amateur night in the grading arena.
It therefore had a much lower appraisal. When we bought it, our certificate said it was worth $1,275. Now the diamond was appraised for hundreds of dollars less. So should consumers be looking at their diamond rings and scratching their heads saying, did I really get my money's worth?
Absolutely.
That's our price.
So it all comes down to appraisals. How reliable are they? Were we really getting such great deals on the diamonds we bought? This expert says we weren't.
I think it's probably one of the more shameful things in our industry.
Don Palmieri is a senior member of the American Society of Appraisers.
Appraisals are used as marketing tools.
Meaning what?
You get a high appraisal, you walk out thinking you just got the last great deal.
When in fact,
you just got misinformed with that document.
We asked Palmieri to review the appraisals that came with the diamonds. He said in most cases they were grossly inflated. Are those numbers just taken out of the air?
Those prices came from the marketing imagination, I believe, of the retailer and the laboratory.
Still, many retailers like to use those appraisal numbers as gospel.
That's the real value for stones.
After all, it helps them to make the sale. Remember how the sales clerk explained we were getting a real bargain on our $1,000 ring?
This is $999.
$999, but that says $1,275.
It is appraisal value.
Palmieri says the appraised value should never be taken as an absolute. Even the labs don't claim to be providing anything more than an educated opinion. Again, just read the fine print. Appraisals are bona fide opinions. These values are not for investment purposes, nor are they an endorsement of the price you should pay. And it turns out relying on any appraisal that is substantially more than the sales price could end up costing you money by paying higher premiums when it's time to insure. Kelly McDermott paid $8,200 for her ring, but was convinced it was really worth $15,000, based on an inflated appraisal from her jeweler. And so she paid the insurance premiums based on that assumed $15,000 value. But when she lost the ring, the insurance company said it would replace it or give her a check for what it would cost them to replace it, $8,900.
For 5 years, I've been paying these inflated premiums, and it makes me angry because I should have that ring insured for what it's worth.
So what do retailers and labs have to say about the apparent inconsistency of the grades and appraisals of our diamonds?
The retailers told us they rely on the professional expertise of the labs and referred us to them. The labs told us they strive for consistency and that the variances generally were accepted in the trade. The lab that regraded the Zale stone so much lower the second time around told us the manufacturer might have accidentally switched the stone.
We also went to the lab that gave us the highest appraisals, consistently higher than the other labs, sometimes by thousands of dollars. Jerry Ehrenwald is president of the International Gemological Institute. How would you account for that?
I would say I cannot talk to how other people are appraising. Appraisers are evaluating at the correct level for replacement for the purposes of insurance coverage.
Ehrenwald says he bases his appraisals on accepted industry standards. But still, he says, consumers shouldn't rely only on the appraisal when they insure their jewelry.
If the client pays less money than the appraised value, they should submit to the insurance company their sales receipt.
Ehrenwald says consumers would understand the limitations of grading and appraisals if they spent more time reading and less time listening to the sales pitches.
The report should be read in its entirety so that the consumer is not dependent on what the salesperson tells them. A salesperson could say anything they want.
We give you a certificate with that.
So how can you be sure of a diamond's worth? The best way is to compare the diamonds you want to buy with other diamonds that have similar physical characteristics. Read the fine print on grading certificates and appraisals, and follow these words of wisdom from an appraiser himself.
That stone is worth what the merchant sold it for. If it was worth more, the merchant wouldn't sell it for the price they're selling it for.
Diamonds are forever. And you can find more information on the best way to buy a diamond on our website. The address is dateline.msnbc.com.